Are you there? Give me the confirmation. Okay. Okay. So let me recall. We have started yesterday in yesterday's session with base first search, and then we learn hill climbing algorithm. Correct? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what is this hill climbing algorithm? Does the best first search and best first search and hill climbing algorithm are same? Does both are same? Uh, does both algorithms are same? Hill climbing and best first search? Varsha Radhika, you are saying yes for this question or previous question? My screen is visible to you all? Okay, the screen is visible. You can unmute, someone can unmute and speak. Why we are wasting time for my questions and your answers for yes, no, yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Someone, okay, great. Does best first search and hill climbing are same or different? That is my question. Let try to write the algorithm. It will start from which node? Start node. Our aim is to reach to the goal node. Correct? From start node we have to reach to the goal node. So from start, moveGen function will execute and it will generate new nodes. So new node will be, and from that new node again this process will be repeated. Okay, Parvez is saying both algorithms are different. Very correct. So let's try to explore how this algorithm will be, hill climbing algorithm will be. Okay. So as I'm saying that, if you remember the yesterday's diagram, we started from the bottom and we have want to go to the top. Yes. Imagine if we are blind, we suppose we not able to see, some cloth or something is on our eyes and we not able to see, and we have to go to the top of the hill. In that case, in that blind situation, how you will understand that you are going up or down? It depends on the slope. You can observe, you can experience. Yes, so that in that example, that slope is the heuristic value. Heuristic value. If heuristic value of current place and heuristic value of a next step heuristic value is high, means you are going up. It is low, means if you are going down, then you will choose that node which will go up. Are you getting me? Is it correct? Here also, for every movement, moveGen function will work. Can anyone tell me what is the use of moveGen function? What is the use of moveGen function? Please tell me. You can unmute and say me what is the use of moveGen function. Good morning. To generate neighbor state. Correct, correct. So only one student is understanding, all others are not getting what I am saying. moveGen function, if we pass any node, it will generate its neighbors. Correct. From those neighbors, we have to pick one neighbor. If it is informed search, if it is heuristic search, we will execute heuristic function on each of that neighbor. Are you getting me? We will execute the heuristic function on each of that neighbor. Then we will compare the values of heuristic function for all nodes, and from them whose heuristic value is optimal, we will pick that node from the head. Means moveGen function will generate the nodes put in the open list. Then for every node in the open list, which is generated by that hill climbing algorithm, that Mougen function, its h value will be calculated, heuristic function will execute and it will give the h value, and then the elements will be sorted. So can I write like sort this Mougen function's result with, let's say, with h value. Sort, and this small h is saying sort this result using heuristic values. Are you getting me? What I'm saying? Please give the reply. Great. So Mougen function will generate the nodes, its heuristic value will be created, and then according to the heuristic values, all elements will be sorted. And from that sorted, which is the element at head, means the best heuristic value will be picked as a next node. Do you understand this step? Do you understand this step? From my current position, I should go to the next position. Next position may be number of directions, but I should choose that direction which will take me close towards the goal. And what is the feature we are using? What data, what information we are using? That is the heuristic value. Whose heuristic value is best, that node will get selected. So that will be in the new node. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what is the termination condition? What is the termination condition for our DFS or BFS or any algorithm we learned before? If we talk about the DFS, when DFS algorithm will stop, if suppose it is a finite state space, then what will be the termination condition of DFS? When found a goal, okay, that is one possibility. And suppose there is no any goal, then what will be the termination condition? Sohail is saying correct, when goal found. But suppose goal is not there, then when that DFS will stop? If that is a finite state space, all nodes are traverse, means each and every node we put in the closed list. Sushma is saying correct. So when we will put all the nodes in closed list, so these are the two conditions for termination. Either current node is goal, it will return, this is your result, or that loop will run until all nodes traverse, all nodes visited, we can say. Correct? But listen me carefully, for a hill climbing algorithm, this termination condition is different. For hill climbing algorithm, termination condition is if heuristic value, here h is a heuristic value of this new node, heuristic value of a new node until it is less than, think on this, what criteria I should put, where to compare. Are you getting me? If find heuristic value of this node is less than heuristic value of current node, until this loop will run. What this loop will do, it will assign, see, it is going step by step close to the target. So every time if you found newly generated node, from that which is the best, that is best than current node, means you are going one step next. So here if I find that new node having a good heuristic value other than current node, that is our next choice. So at that time the node value will be new node. That new node will become a current node, means you will go one step up on the hill. Yes? Do you understand this step? Please give me the quick feedback. If not, I can repeat. No reply. Okay, let me draw that diagram. Then I think you can understand. I was expecting that you are thinking on the algorithms you learn. Okay, Prajakta is saying understand. What about others? Okay, okay, we'll go with it. Suppose this is a hill you want to travel. Now you are here. Okay, my goal is here. Goal is at the top. Fine. When I am at the location here, from this I will call, let this is a node. The node is, this is a start node, this is the goal node. From here, I will call the moveGen function. So moveGen function may generate different solutions, possible neighbors. Okay. From these different possible solutions, we will find every node its h value. Let's say this h value is a distance from goal node. Let's say this h value is a distance from goal node. And suppose this node is having distance 10. Don't think about the node unit. This is having suppose 15. Suppose this is 14. And rest of these are very high, like 20, 20, 19, like this. So tell me among these which node we will select. Among these 5 nodes, which node we should select? Node which is having the heuristic value 10 because it is more close. Correct. Correct. So that what I am saying. This is our node. Okay. This is a node, and we have to search from this 5 which will be our new node. New nodes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From this, one new node will be there. So see this moveGen function. This moveGen function will generate 5 nodes. Then also it will calculate the heuristic value. This sort function will sort them as 10, 14, 15, 19 and 20. So this will return a sorted list, and which will come at the head, as you are saying 10. 10 is the smallest value. So the new node will be, which one will be the new node? The value, the node which is having the value 10. So the lowest heuristic value is this, close to the goal. So this will become our new node. I hope you are understanding these two variables. Give me the quick reply. This node and new node, do you understand? Great, great. So I think this step and this step is clear. What to do after this? Should we stop here? Should we stop here? No, because this is not the goal node. Correct. So this loop will run again, and what statement we should write? Again the same. Again the same. What it is? Again we have to write. We have to find out the new node. Means from this node having value 10, again it will generate neighbors. Again it will generate the neighbors. Let's say 5 neighbors. Fine. So here I have to write the function. Here I have to write the statement which will generate the nodes, moveGen. Then heuristic value of these 5 will be calculated. They will sorted, and the topmost element, means head element from that, will be taken as a new node. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? Great. So let me write that statement. Here again new node will be the same. What we have to execute the moveGen function. moveGen function on which node? Node, because our last new node became a node here. we have to execute this new node, and then whatever result this move function will give, movegen function will give, we have to sort it. We have to sort it according to the heuristic values. I hope all of you might have understand this. And then whichever is at the top is head element, sorry, head of this sorted list will be taken as a new node. After that, where control will go? It will go to the while if this new node's heuristic value is greater than, is better. If a better, then it will go inside. If these conditions not satisfied, then only it out. At this stage, this node is having better condition than 10, because you can observe that it is going up. It is going up. Correct. And here I am taking as an example the value 10, value closest value. Okay. So like this, step by step, it will go to run continuously. When it will stop? When it will stop? If newly generated nodes, all newly generated nodes, from that whichever is the best, that does not satisfy this condition. And that's why in local maxima, when you will reach at this location, then the problem you will face that after that next new node which may be traced here. How? From this place we reached here, then we reached here, like this we will reach, let's say we reach here. After that the next step will be value going down, and your hill climbing algorithm will come out, and it will return what it should return. Return that new node as a solution. Okay, give me the reply. Do you understand this? And do you agree that this new node will be the result? Great. So this problem will stuck here. Local maxima problem. This will face. Fine. Intentionally, I have gone through this algorithm because this will help you to understand remaining algorithms. Okay. So please understand these notations. Okay, this algorithm actually concept we have seen already yesterday, but just to recall with the pseudo code or algorithm type, I revised it. Now, what is the problem this hill climbing algorithm face? Please share me the problems hill climbing algorithm face. Yes. No problem. What are the problems hill climbing algorithm faces, or where the hill climbing algorithm doesn't work? Stuck. Plateau, local maxima, plateau, only two, and reaches. Correct. Fine. This hill climbing algorithm is also called as constructive search. The problem which we are solving is constructive search problem. Why constructive search problem? Every step we are going to construct the neighbors and going one step next. Are you getting me? This is the constructive search. But see, for all the problems, this strategy will not be a good strategy to go with for the finding out the best. And that's why one more strategy, one more example we learned yesterday, that is about the SAT problem. What is the SAT problem? Can anyone tell me? Unmute and tell me, because you can't type that much. What is the SAT problem? Yes, student. I expect the reply. What is the SAT, SAT problem? At least long form, satisfiability problem. Correct, Sarika. Satisfiability problem in which number of variables and there is a conjunction or disjunction and or is given, that for that Boolean expression we have to find out values true or false for all the variables such that that total Boolean expression will give the result true or false. That type of search is in the perturbation search. Here we have to use some different method. As we discussed, when we are going to check different possibilities, if our neighbors are sparse, means less number of neighbors, then we will work fast. But if neighbors are more, then definitely it will take more time to reach towards the goal. Yes, so neighborhood descent algorithm, variable neighborhood descent algorithm we talked yesterday. For as a solution, one solution for that SAT problem. See, remember these two different strategies. Remember these two different strategies for search problem. One is constructive, go step by step, and another is perturbation. It means that it try to find out the neighbors only, or it will only focus on current node. From that, as we can check for the satisfiability problem, suppose there are 5 conjunctions or disjunctions, 5 candidates. What does 5 candidates means? Let's say it is saying that A or B and let's say C and D. Are you getting me? Here A, B, C, D are propositional variables, and it has conjunctions. Every candidates, 2 candidates are there. A or B is one candidate and C or D is another candidate. Like this, this may be a very long sequence of values, sequence of the candidates, and all are joined together, and we have to find out the result of final whole equation. We have to find out the values of A, B, C, D, so that it will satisfy this to the true or false. That is the satisfiability problem. This also called as, this form is also called as conjunctive normal form. Conjunctive normal form, CNF. See, this CNF may be, you might have heard in this in the different subjects, but here conjunctive normal form, conjunctions are this first candidate, second candidate, third candidate conjuncted together and to form a equation. That's why this is called as conjunctive normal form. So SAT problem is also called as a conjunctive normal form problem, in which we have to find out the possibility of A, B, C, D, E for these variables. What will be the value we should set so that we can get the true results. Again, see, if we talk about K-SAT problem, K-SAT means how many number of variables are there. Are you getting me? How many clauses are there? K-SAT means 2-SAT problem, T-SAT problem. Like this, we can go for the N-SAT problem, where this K is nothing but it is clause. K is a clause or number of literals. In this one bracket is one clause, and second bracket is another clause, and this is the third clause. So like this, how much clauses, and in that how much literals, constant values you used. Sorry, how much literals you use. According to that, it may have a different flavors. In that, if you observe for 2 SAT or 3 SAT, if you try to solve 2 SAT problems, two clauses are there. Inside that, let's say 2 or 3 variables. Time for execution to find the values of those 4 variables or 2 clauses is a polynomial time solution. I repeat, let's take this example. Suppose only 2 clauses are there. Then to find the value for all these 4 so that this will be true, it will take a polynomial time to execute. To try different possible combination of all 0 or 1 0 1 0 0 1 0, all possible combinations, and it will find in polynomial time what are the values of a b c d should be set such that the total equation will satisfy true. So this is a 2 SAT which will have polynomial time solution. If we go for 3 SAT problem or more than that, K-SAT problem, then time required will grow exponentially, and then that will come in NP complete problem. 3 SAT or the next to 3 SAT, it will come in NP complete problem. Yes? Can anyone put focus on what do you mean by NP? P-type problem, NP complete, NP hard. I am expecting the answer from your side. I am waiting for you. P-type problem is the problems which will be solved by deterministic Turing machine in polynomial time. Correct? Am I audible? Okay. I hope my voice is reaching to you. Great. And does my screen is visible to you all? Yes. So we are talking about P-type, NP-type problem. NP-type problem is we can design a non-deterministic Turing machine which can solve the problem in polynomial time. NP hard, we can't design such machine which can solve the problem in polynomial. And what is this NP complete? We can't solve the problem in polynomial time with non-deterministic Turing machine, but we can convert that, we can represent that problem with some another problem. For that another problem, we have a non-deterministic polynomial time Turing machine, which will give the result in polynomial time. Then that will be called as a NP complete. So 3 SAT or K SAT problem other than 2 SAT is a NP complete problem. Remember this may be for GATE exam, or this may be used for when you are analyzing the algorithm output. So from this information of conjective normal, from SAT problem, we are, if you remember yesterday, suppose I have 5 variables, so I can start from all 0 and then I can check what may be possible. Possible neighbors. Possible neighbors are I can set only one bit at a time can be changed. So accordingly, I can have 5 neighbors. Are you getting me? Accordingly, I can have 5 neighbors by changing one bit only. So I can have one is first bit changed, rest of the bits are same. I can have another neighbor, another solution. I hope you are understanding this. Are you getting this, neighbors? Yesterday also we have seen. If these neighbors are sparse, means less in count, what will be the benefit? And if they are very crowded, very large number of neighbors, what will be the time required? For sparse, it will work fast because it has to compare the less number of neighbors. For dense, definitely it will take more time. This sparse will give sparse neighbors will take linear time, but dense neighbors will go for exponential time. So this is one drawback of dense over sparse. What do you think? Which we should choose for getting the solution quality? On time complexity basis, we can choose the sparse. On quality solution or completeness, which of these algorithm will take us to the completeness property? Which will achieve the complete algorithm? Dense, because very minute, very correct. Always very minute things we are testing. So it not happen. It may not happen. Like suppose hill climbing is this, and we are jumping with the base node from bottom. Suppose we are here, then we jump here. Next step, we are progressing, and after this, it directly jump here. Definitely, from this point, this is on top, but it is on the another side, and after that, we will go down. We will not get. So hill climbing algorithm will stop here because it is a poor value. But does we reach the goal? Does this is the goal place? No, goal place is missed, which is here, because we have taken this step very long. That is what the meaning of sparse. And dense means we will take close jumps. You are understanding this sparse and dense neighbors. And what is the variable neighborhood descent? Variable, you can change this, how much candidates you are going to take as a neighbor candidates. That length, that count will be variable. That is a variable neighborhood descent. I hope you understand this. Please give me the quick response. Okay, only one student is listening. Parvez is listening only. Okay, great. Now definitely a very interesting algorithm we are going to learn. See, please concentrate. Imagine that I am writing a program for speech processing. I am writing the problem for a speech processing. Or simply think about the Alexa. What does it do? Whenever we will ask something, yes, our voice will be captured, words will be captured from the voice, and it is converting it to the text. Agree? We are speaking, Alexa is listening, Alexa is converting our voice to text. Correct? Correct? Great. So now think about whatever word is pronounced, Alexa has to search in the database. Whatever word pronounced, that word means which word. And from number of words, Alexa is picking up the matched word. So I hope you understand that this is again a search problem. Yes, is it a search problem? It has to search from many. Again for speech processing, this algorithm has to combine simpler unit of symbols, syllables, or phonemes to form a word or to combine the word to form a sentence. This bigger unit formation, this speech processing algorithm need to do. So continuously, there we must have to set the rules so that how they will group the characters to form a word, how it will group the words to form a sentence. Why to form a sentence? Because see, because of the word, if you want to understand the meaning of one word will depend on the meaning of the neighbor words. Do you agree? To understand the meaning of one word, many times we have to use the meaning of another words, because that neighbor words will give the domain knowledge. Accordingly, we will plan. Okay. And another important issue will be, now tell me, if I will say some spelling, sorry, if I will utter some word, you tell me the spelling. I'm saying good. So will you please type the spelling of this? Let's say you are that algorithm. Great, great. I'm saying play, play, perfect. I'm saying no, no. Don't you think this is also a no? Yes, Parvez came with this another probability. Are you getting me? Are you getting me? What may be the problem now in the searching? Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Now tell me, if we will use the hill climbing algorithm, neighborhood algorithm, in this neighborhood algorithm, ultimately what we are doing is, if this is my current node, if these are my childs or neighbor nodes, the algorithm till now we used is picking one element at a time from the neighbors. First, second, third, fourth. From that, it will pick one node, then it will explore another. As per the heuristic function, it will pick that node whose heuristic value is optimal, and then it will go. Agree? Agree with this? But now here, if you understand, if this speech processing algorithm will go like what you say, by imagining no means no, definitely when it will form a full sentence, that sentence may be meaningless, because actually when I utter the no, in my mind that no is not this no, that no is KNOW. But with only one word, it will be difficult to judge which is the correct. Until and unless I don't travel for some more path to detect more words and join them together, I will not get to know that either this no or this no is needed. Are you with me? You are getting this problem? You are getting this problem? Tell me now, as a human being, what we do for such problems? How we tackle the solution? How to identify that this is NO or KNOW? How do we tackle it? Meaning of that sentence, perfect. But when we will get the meaning of sentence? After some steps. After some steps. Correct? After some depth. First word, and suppose at this level first word, at this level second word, at this level third word, like this. So if I reach through this path of NO here, suppose, then I will get to know that this is my wrong choice. So I may have to go back, and then on another branch. Agree? Do you agree this? It is called as backtracking. Either your DFS is working like this, backtrack. But see, this backtracking is very easy to say, but it is very difficult from the time and space complexity point of view. Especially if we take the examples like this, speech processing. Very tough to go back to do the backtracking. Almost not the feasible solution. The algorithm which will with no backtracking, then this strategy will not use. Then what will be the useful? Let me draw it again now. I hope you understand the problem. Now I am going to talk about the solution. Let's say our search tree is going to grow like this. Fine. My first node is here, start node. This node is generating, suppose, 4 nodes. Let's say this is the first. Does my diagram is visible to you? Are you able to see my 4 nodes? I have drawn the 4 nodes. Is it visible to you? Please tell me. Visible? Okay. Now see, as I know that there may be possibilities of more than one. Instead of, listen me carefully, instead of now from this, we'll go for, suppose this is the best node. If we say that it will generate its best 4 nodes. Instead of growing with one node, if we go suppose with the 2 nodes simultaneously. Are you getting me? Instead of expanding one node with move-gen function, simultaneously I will expand 2. Now from this new 4, I will select one. Let's say I will select this branch. I will select one node from here, and here I will select this branch. Are you getting? Then again for this 4 nodes, and for this also 4 nodes. So width of my search is 2 instead of 1. Every time I will go to explore 2 nodes. One from this previous solution and another from another solution. I hope you are getting how this algorithm is different. So if you observe, it will continuously go. Grow in one fashion, like this. It will go. This left side will not grow. This right side will not grow. It will go with one width up to this. So don't you feel this like a torch we use? Torch. When we put the focus, actually there is a total darkness. But when we switch on the torch, only the direction or the area in which the beam of torch goes, that part only we can view, and rest of the things we don't care. Do you get to know about torch? So like that this algorithm works. This algorithm is called as beam search algorithm. It defines the width. Let that width is equal to B. It may be treated as, means from every point 2 elements will be selected. It may be 3. So from first result 3 nodes will be selected. Every node will be expanded that from the 3, and from every node's expansion 3 nodes will be taken. So this search algorithm will grow in parallel in multiple paths. This is the solution. Beam search is the solution for non backtracking problems where we track while searching. At that time, you can go with parallelly more than 2-3 possible options, so that in future at least one of the branch may give you the correct result. See, because of this, when you are typing in the Google search, if you type one word, it is using Vim search to check which are the possibilities, and from that, so there you can increase the efficiency of that algorithm by keeping multiple options. Do you want to know this? You might have observed that it is showing multiple possibilities. Yes, are you able to recall when we type in the Google, it is showing 2, 3, 4 options. So it is saying that this is a possible. From that, which one you will pick, it will grow and say more possible combinations from that node. Doesn't it an interesting algorithm application? Do you like this application? Great. So I appeal you try to implement this in a program. Then only the real enjoy will be there. Try to implement either hill climbing or beam search. Then only you will get to enjoy these algorithms. Otherwise, I know that understanding this concept is really a joy. But if you will implement it, definitely sky is the limit for that joy. Now you have 2, 3, 4 days. After training, you get the time. You can try to explore DFS, BFS, beam search, hill climbing search, best first search. I am appealing you to go for this, because then we are going for the last section of this unit in the next lecture. That is optimal paths, optimal solutions. Okay. So I think for today it is sufficient. Today we learn the beam search, what is the need, and before that we learn how hill climbing algorithm we can design, what will be the issues we revised, and SAT problem, which is not a constructive search type solution. It will be a perturbation search type of solution in which neighbors will be judged on changing 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bit like this. Variable descent search you can apply there. Dense or sparse, it will be your choice as per your need. So for today we will stop here. In the next lecture, definitely we will go for a good algorithm other than this efficient algorithm, like taboo search, it may called A-star algorithm, recursive iterative, or recursive best first search. So really interesting parts these are also. So by that time, thank you for attending this lecture. Today we are stopping here. In next session we will start with the taboo search and remaining. But I will appeal again, please try to implement